Hi everybody, my name is Gilbert. Test patient number 10 for Gilenia, test patient number 1 for the Act. Well, I feel it's time for me to explain to you what the Act is. I feel I have the world's best physicians for multiple sclerosis. Well, my doctor asked me if I'd be interested in the test medication. I asked him, well, what is it? I said, is it a shot? Is it a pill? What is it? He said, well, it's a new test medication, you're going to be taking a pill. I asked him, what are the side effects? He said, they don't know. I said, okay. So, they informed me that one other patient died, and they didn't know the cause at that time. I said, I'm sorry to hear about that patient. So I figured, you know what, it's worth a try. I'm going to try it. So, our physician proceeded to prescribe Gilenia, or FTY 720 back in that day, to me, and I started taking it. I didn't see any changes. The whole left side of my body was still paralyzed. My doctor called me approximately 2 weeks after being on the medication, and he informed me that I needed to go see a physical therapist. So, I started to go see a physical therapist, and I asked my physical therapist, do you have access to an inversion board? And he said, yeah. So he proceeded to bring an inversion board for me to try, and after physical therapy, he allowed me to try it. He asked me, Gilbert, are you sure you want to do this? I said, yeah. What's the worst thing that can happen? So they went ahead and put me in the inversion board, and at that exact moment, there was only two things that went through my mind. Either one, nothing's going to happen to the left side of my body, or two, I'm going to paralyze my right side. But you know what? I started laughing. And number three actually happened. The left side of my body that was completely numb and I could not feel, I was able to get sensation as soon as my back popped. My fingers and my toes and my legs started tingling. So every time I would go back to my physical therapist, I'd do my therapy, and I'd hang myself upside down. Every time I do it, there'd be less and less pain in my back, and I get more and more feeling throughout my fingers and my toes. I've been doing it, like I said, for over 5 years. Well, I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to show you what I've been doing. After the first time I did this, I hurt, man. My whole body hurt. But I stretched and I could feel it pop. And every time it would pop, I'd get more and more feeling. And I was able to build more and more strength up. And when my back would hurt, all I would do is twist and try to lift. Just slowly work myself back up. That's how I've learned to suppress this disease. Like I've explained to people before, I've had between 12 to 15 attacks. That's 12 to 15 attacks. I should put myself back in the hospital. The truth is I had an excess of over 150 attacks caused by somebody in my life. I knew what the circumstances were going to be after I'd get home from work. I'd be at work and I'd be completely fine. But on the way home, I'd have an attack and it'd start up here. Because I knew exactly what was going to happen to me as soon as I got home. I'd get home, I'd basically drag myself into the house, wait for what was going to occur, then go hang myself upside down. After I got done, I would go find somewhere to calm down. What I classify as changing pages. Get your mind somewhere else. Do something. Just get away from it. That person is no longer in my life. And after that, from the time that person left, got out of my life, I have been back to normal. I've had a couple of attacks, but they're in different locations of my bodies. I'll show you where they are in a couple of minutes, but right now, that's what I've done for the last 5 years to suppress this disease. People can't understand it. My findings is, you suppress the disease, you can beat it. I have no numbness, I have no tingling. I'm 100% back to normal, but I'll still have attacks periodically. You guys call relapses, they're not relapses. They're new attacks. Every time you have an attack, it's a new one. They don't go away and then come back. They're a new one. Because you can feel your attacks every time you have one. You can be, what I've learned is I can be back to normal. Mind, clear thought, and then all it takes is for somebody to get inside my head up here. Once they've gotten inside my head up here, I will have an attack. But I no longer allow anybody up here to cause me to have an attack. I've learned you don't have to have stress for this disease to move throughout your body. I've had it, like I said, left side of my body. I've had it in the second and third disc in my neck, and I've chased it all the way down to my lower spine and my tailbone. I've had it anywhere from the numbness and tingling in my lower anatomy to numbness and tingling in the opposite side, the right side. And what I did, I hung myself upside down. That lasted a couple days. I've never had that attack again. Alright, but you know what? That's what I've done. Thank you. Hopefully you enjoy it.